Today I'm going to show you how to solve color problems using color correction and color management. Hi everybody, I'm Marianna Santoni from Italy. I'm a photographer and a digital imaging expert. Since 2009, have been part of the Coloratti team, a group of professionals selected by X-Rite that includes some of the world's top photographers and filmmakers. Aren't you able to get the colors you wish? Aren't you able to get a black and white you wish? When colors seem complex, I think I can definitely help. Today we are going to be together for around 15 minutes, but I promise you'll learn a lot. By the end of this short video, you'll know how to approach different color problems, the exact moment you should deal with color management and color correction along your photography workflow. So let's start. When you take pictures, it can be hard to get exactly the colors you wish. Sometimes colors look far from the idea you have in your mind. Some pictures look too magenta, some others too bluish, and you need to work on them on the raw file and with Photoshop to get the colors you want. Yes, of course you know there are different white balances during the day in different situations. There are often mixed white balances in the same scene that is even more complicated to fix. There is also another very common problem. If you're using different cameras in the same situation, you get different colors, even if you're using them with the same settings. This drives many photographers crazy, and most of them can't get the colors they want even after the editing. But this is not all. Let's see some other color problems. Once the image has been shot, when you look at your images, you may sometimes notice that colors and black and white tones of a same image look different in different situations. For example, when you look at or work on a same image using different software. Or the same image may look different when you use different monitors. Or the same image may look different when you compare what you see on your monitor with a print. The same image may look different when you compare prints done in different situations. Different period of time, different papers, different printers, different external services. All these problems can be solved using color management and color correction. These are exactly the main subject of this video. But what is the difference between color correction and color management? These two fields are very often misunderstood, but actually they deal with two very different things. So let's take a look at them. On the left side you can see what could be the original image. On the right side you see the image you'd hope to see. In the middle there are examples of software you need to achieve that result. Color correction is what you do intentionally when you make changes to the color of an image. It can deal with the overall change, or it can be a tiny local change, it doesn't matter. Anytime you change color intentionally, you are doing color correction. We could speak about color correction also when we change colors in a creative way, even though it would be more correct calling it color grading. Color management is something completely different. It is about keeping color appearance consistent among different devices and softwares. To do so, you need to manage the color profiles on your workflow and you need to calibrate your equipment. The point is, you need both when you deal with photography. There's no one single field in digital photography that doesn't need both. No matter if you are a professional photographer or a passionate amateur photographer, if you don't deal with both aspects, you would not get the colors you want or you need. Let's make an example. Think of wearing glasses with colored lenses in front of your monitor. Would you be able to do color correction in this situation? Would you feel comfortable? If your monitor is not calibrated, you are in a very similar situation. You are not seeing the actual colors of your image. And in this condition, if you're changing the color of an image, you risk changing something in the opposite direction of what you wanted to achieve. Be careful, there's something more. Calibration of a monitor not only deals with colors, it also deals with brightness, contrast, saturation, including black and white tones. So you must always take care that the monitor you're using is well calibrated. If you're wondering if your monitor is well calibrated, maybe it isn't. Calibrating a monitor is not something that just happened, it's something that you do on purpose. To calibrate any of my monitors, I always use i1 Studio by X-Rite, that is also perfect to calibrate printers and video projectors. So let's see when you should use color correction or color management. When should you do color correction? There are two main steps, so on camera and on post-production. On camera you have white balance and style mode. Of course everybody knows white balance. The style modes are those you can find on your camera's menu, called Picture Style by Canon, Picture Control by Nikon, Film Simulation by Fujifilm, Creative Style by Sony, Picture Mode Olympus or Photo Style Panasonic. Within these you can find options called something like Standard, Landscape, Vivid and Monochrome. Each of these is designed to give your files a special appearance, adjusting color saturation, balance in some cases, sharpening and contrast. But remember that in any case, they have effect only on your JPEG and not on your RAW files. On post-production, you can change colors during the RAW conversion and with Photoshop. But be careful. If you shoot using JPEG format, you should not do color correction on post-production. If you need to do it, this means that you are not setting the camera properly and you are using the JPEG files in a wrong way. When should you use color management? Well, color management is not something that you do in a specific moment of your workflow. Color management is more like a chain. It connects every single step of your workflow to the next one. If you want to avoid unexpected colors or black and white tones, you need to be aware of the color profiles you are using, and you need to properly set every piece of equipment and software involved in the process. Just to sum up what you need to do, on camera, there's a very different approach if you shoot RAW or JPEG file. If you shoot RAW files, you should use a color checker. If you shoot JPEG files, you have to choose the best color profile for your workflow. While you select and work on your images, you need to work on a calibrated monitor and to take care of the color settings of every software that you use to view, open, develop, retouch, or create a layout for your images. When you get your files ready for the final outputs, you are usually already used to resize your image for different outputs. But you should also take care about color profiles. You can get your file ready for specific usage in order to obtain the best in terms of color consistency, do a soft proof of your print, and see on monitor how it will look like, based on the printer and paper you have decided to use. The person who prints, of course, has to set the printer to work properly with the right profiles. If you are using your image on web or in a slideshow, you should take care of the color profiles anyway. I know it may look difficult, but I promise it's not. Is color management complicated? It's not. Your work will be easier. Is color management time-consuming? No, you will work faster. Setting your equipment and software properly requires no more than 10 minutes a month, and it dramatically speeds up all your workflow. Think for a minute of the time you lose when colors are not the way you want them to be. Is color management expensive? No, you will save a lot of money. You only need two simple devices and they are not expensive. Think for a minute of the money you have spent for your camera, lenses, computer and so on, and still not getting the right colors. Think for a minute of the money you lose when you need to reprint something. And sometimes the loss is even worse. You don't lose only money, but also things go wrong and you lose your reputation and maybe even your clients. Sometimes people ask me, how will color management change the way I work? So I want to answer to this question for you. Once you start managing your color, you will finally get faithful results, faithful to the reality, or faithful to your creativity. Foreseeable results, for example, with different printers, or papers, or cameras. Repeatable results. So, if you or your customer love a print and need to do another one, you are sure to get the same result even after a long time. In the next video, I will show you how and when you should use a color-checked passport photo that you will need to use when you shoot to get the right colors in the fastest way. So, thank you for watching, and I really hope you found this introduction useful to better understand colors, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!